Hi witches, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone who celebrated Imbolc yesterday had a great time and it was a beautiful and successful ritual, and that you're renewed and ready to start February. Which is crazy, by the way, because January feels like it went by like that. But anyways, for the first 2 weeks of this month, we're really going to talk about self-care and witchcraft, which I think is really important in terms of, the whole point of my video series is to help you create a book of shadows, right? So we've gone through the basics, basically. And now I want to really focus on how you can take care of yourself with witchcraft. And then in the second half of this month, we're going to focus on protective magic, so how to protect yourself with witchcraft, because those are two very, very important pillars to creating a sound practice, at least to me. Because you got to take care of yourself and you got to make sure that you are protected from outside negativity that might interfere with that. So today we're going to kind of talk about the intersection of self-care and witchcraft and what that really means, because it is kind of, in my mind, I think those two are like inherently linked. For me, like having a set practice really helps me, like, or I guess a regimen, I don't know, helps me set that time aside that I do need to take care of myself, because I get into this mindset where I feel like, oh, I didn't work hard enough, I don't deserve that, which is like very toxic mentality, and I'm working on it. But through witchcraft, I've been able to, I don't know, not like justify, but kind of like taking that time aside for myself and meditate or work on this or like film these videos, so it's really great for that. Now I just want to put like a disclaimer here, and I will probably put a disclaimer on like every video that we're doing, and if we're talking about like mental health or anything, that like witchcraft and like herbs and crystals and all of that like are beautiful and wonderful and a huge part of my life, but that does not negate the fact that I have also gone to therapy to deal with problems. I would seek medical like professional advice should I need it. Witchcraft is not really a replacement for that. So seriously, if you are really like considering like going to therapy, this is your sign. I've done it, it's great. Super recommend it. If it's not for you, that's totally cool. I'm kind of taking a break myself, but definitely want to go back to it soon. And that's a whole other thing. But anyways, just be sure that like if you are under the care of a doctor, you're doing what your doctor says, and you're not just like, well, this crystal will heal me. Like, do what your doctor says, please. Thanks. Anyways, so for me, witchcraft has really become a regimented practice that is dictated by the phases of the moon, the holidays, and the seasons, right? So I try to sync up my work with what is going on around me. And this kind of like perpetual like cycle, like these cycles of the moon, the seasons, just really help me like have like pinpoints of just like, all right, well, this is coming up, so I need to make sure that I do this. And because I enjoy practicing witchcraft, it's not a chore so much for me, it's like actually sometimes like fun. And I'm a Virgo, so I like making checklists of things that I need to do and like checking them off. It just gives me like an adrenaline rush, so it really helps me kind of slow down and dedicate myself to something. Working with my gods helps me a lot. It gives me that space to like work towards my personal goals with them and just kind of like learn from them. And I can also be like really creative with like decorating my altar or writing up spells and spell work. So it's kind of like creative release for me as well. But anyways, on the more practical side of things, I've really turned to like kitchen witchcraft to bring witchcraft into a more like mundane aspect of my life. And like cooking and baking has really helped me heal from a lot of things. So including a really terrible relationship with food, but that is a whole thing. And like adding like magical herbs and stuff to my practice has helped me like exponentially. And cooking mindfully and cooking like good foods, and that doesn't mean like healthy, it just means like good foods, cooking for myself and for my loved ones and having that magical spin and being a kitchen witch has helped me a lot in that too. So anyways, self-care comes in so many forms, and I really hope like in your practice, like witchcraft can help you with that. And for your Book of Shadows like prompt, I guess, because I need to get better about like defining exactly what it is. I feel like last month I did a lot of correspondences, so it was like, just jot this down. But like for today, like jot down like some ideas that you have about like things that make you happy, like in general, and how that kind of like intersects with what you're doing with your craft. So like, let's say you're really into gardening. How can you bring that into your magical practice? If you are really into reading, what books about witchcraft can you read? So stuff like that. It doesn't have to be exactly that, but definitely something good to like write down, take note of, and just kind of explore. So I will see you guys tomorrow with the rest of it.